My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slice and Dice, where a couple of these other modes are feeling a wee bit neglected after the stint at which I got completely obsessed with Blurst. I will become re-obsessed with Blurst, do not worry. But for the moment, let's do a custom party. I haven't done a custom party in a while. I would like to have the ability to do, more than 2 blue characters at the same time, maybe. Who knows? I'm going to be hitting this re-roll button 5 times, and as long as we don't get 5 characters of different origins through the entire thing, we'll just accept it and go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, ooh, boy! Okay, that's 2 mages, 2 healers, and 1 rogue. Our damage is going to be basically just spells. Interesting. I'm taking hard. I think this might be correct. Stone monsters, the final HP must be removed individually. I mean, is that really going to be too much of an issue for us? We don't have the ability to just big overkill an individual target. I think so. 6 stone monsters. Also, top 3 being poisoned would be less of a problem considering we have more access to healing. Maybe. The end of every second turn, 2 damage to all allies. I feel like that's going to be pretty harsh on these cultists. I think I will take stone monsters here. Although that's going to make the Gnoll very tough. Will it? Actually, was I killing the Gnoll in any way before this? No. Okay, stone monsters. Here we go. Best side the Mystic can hit. I will take the second best side from one of the clerics. The Acolyte generating mana on the first turn. Probably their best side, to be entirely frank with you. Best generation from the cultist therein available. The Scoundrel could continue to roll, but I'm just going to take the 1 damage. They have the capability of dealing to the wolf here. Okay. So we'll use that for health on one of the cultists. Actually, I can get value out of the heal and the shield, so double effectively the health that I get next round from Mystic if I use a cut on a character as the setup. Then 2 bursts take out the Gnoll on the top line, which I guess then actually invalidates that setup. Okay, so we do it on the Acolyte instead. And then the Gnoll on the top takes 2 bursts for the kill. Burst and set, and just let him run. Rogue and Vampire. I mean, Vampire does offer us the ability to get some damage into this build. 2 damage self-heal, right? Very, very dense healing for another character as well. Pretty important for these characters that do such large self-damage as the cultists. Infuse, heal 2 to all allies. Also, pretty good healing spell. I mean, I do really like the idea of taking this Vampire, and in fact, for that reason, I think I will. Oh, Thorn's gonna be a nightmare, though. Oh, that Thorn's gonna be a nightmare. So a cultist may attack the Thorn as long as someone's following up to kill the Thorn this turn. Looks like we have to lose this. No, we don't necessarily have to lose the Scoundrel to do so. Wait 1 second here. Good cleave from our Scoundrel. Oh, incredible. Very quick fight right there. Big shield. Replace the left side with shield 4. Honestly, pretty huge when you otherwise have no access to shields. Courage potion at drink and plus 2 to the left side. I mean, it's pretty good for a Mystic to be able to heal and shield 3 mana gain in a boss fight that otherwise might be a problem for us. But I almost do want to go with a random tier 1 item and see if I can find any of the items that help me contain more max mana at a time. Leather vest with +1 max HP. I'm going to pop that on one of the characters that does some self-damage here, probably one of the cultists. And go. Mystic definitely take you up as space. I don't think we're going to be in the fight long enough for the Vampire to really want a little bit of max HP for every other character on the field. I think We push one more time. Didn't get a huge amount better. So if I roll a cut against that cultist, I can then set up the kill on one of the rats. I'm actually kind of incentivized here to just use gaze. Gain an additional reroll next round, try and generate more resources. No, you know what? I'm even just going to save the mana. I don't even think we need to use the gaze there. The two cultists being on low health does really hamper my ability to generate mana, to be fair. Scoundrel can set up vulnerability on the boar, after which 1 damage, so that there. So vulnerability, 1 damage, a burst, and then another instance of damage takes the boar down. Yeah, so we're just going to slow play this a little bit here. Which is completely fine to do when we are completely in control. So just throw some extra damage against that rat. Not going to make this one run just yet. But it's certainly close to. Goodbye, rat. Herbalist and Fiend. So Herbalist does give us access to probably one of the most important spells we can get here. The ability to do 1 damage for 1 mana. However, the Fiend also has access to 1 damage to all characters for 1 mana. And cooldown. It's so hard to turn down the Herbalist here. Especially when we already have so much healing coming out of our mana. Yeah, I'm taking the Herbalist. Cool. Up against the Alpha and the Wolf. Obviously got a heavy focus this Alpha right here. I'm going to take as much mana as the game is going to give me. Oh my god, and vulnerability? Yes. Sure, I'll even use a cut this round, justifying the usage of the cultist's self-damage here. Or self-heal, rather. Also, Vine, with vulnerability, is just 2 damage for 1 mana, which is a ridiculous return rate. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, here, I do get to take out the Alpha in the first round. I really didn't expect the possibility of that. Get him. Big old get him hours right there. Okay. Let's just take out the wolf without having to sacrifice either of the cultists for it, if you please. Cursed Bolt, yikes. After a spell is cast, 1 self-damage, +1 to the 2 right sides. Oh, that's cruel and unusual, and damned if it's not punishment. Spell to restore 1 health to all allies. Yeah, kinda. I'm going with a random tier 2. Give me Liqueur. Let me have 2 extra max mana. Gambler's Ace. Change all sides. Yeah, you know what? I mean, actually, not in this fight. Certainly not in this fight for the Scoundrel. It's actually the worst possible for the Scoundrel in this fight. But the Scoundrel's only modifying 2 faces, so sure, give him a go. Scoundrel, you know what? You are more likely not to hit anything if we don't just lock your ability to take out 1, so I'm gonna lock your ability to take out 1. How's that for a rational response? 1, 2, 3. Then all I need to do is actually just blow up the slate with my spells. I was originally intending on defending the Scoundrel. Ooh. Scald. 2 damage to all damaged enemies. The ability to generate a lot of mana as well as still damage some enemies on board. Value in that, certainly. The Dabbler currently generates mana outside of class, giving the Scoundrel something to do. I mean, to be fair, it is really giving the Scoundrel something to do. A character who, you know, is not really guaranteed. So what, we're rolling 3 times? We roll at the opening of a turn and then we roll 2 times after that? And there's two faces they want to pick, so we're like just above 60% chance to ever hit either of those faces. I'm going to take Caldera here. Diversify my damage spells a wee bit. Oh my god. Set up for that AoE damage, why don't you, scoundrel? I almost have to make sure that the cultist generates mana this turn. Is 2 mana enough? It may have to be. So here's the goal. Damage to everyone on the field. Generate a bunch of mana. Scald the entire enemy party 2 times. And then murder the crone. Heck, are they both gonna run? Yeah! Glass Blade and Abacus. Replace the left side with Glass Blade. Sorry, replace the left side with Glass Blade and 5 damage is lost upon death. No, replace the left side with 5 damage. Last Blade is lost upon death. Pretty sick. Yeah, a way to do a large spike of damage to a single target that is otherwise very difficult for us to do. This bandit we cannot make run at all because we cannot overkill targets when they have tough HP. So we may have to heavy focus on the bandit here. Abacus with the ability to shift the middle row across by 1, that can be very, very useful for setting up good combos for later level characters in the reds and blues. I'm gonna continue leaning into mana and avoid Glass Blade here. Let's take the Abacus. Shift your entire middle row. Scoundrel with the big vulnerability. Honestly, that might be way better this round. Just the possibility of pretty much guaranteeing one of these targets goes down. Herbalist to set up poison on someone and Caldera to set up 1 mana for themselves. Not great outcomes, but good enough. Yikes. The follow-ups were not good enough. Scoundrel never hitting anything, to be fair. Kind of expected. Cultist never hitting anything, and Vampire only capable of hitting heals here on the first turn. Not what we're looking for. Okay. In order to justify that health, let's get some damage on that target. 1, 2, 3. Do I want the courts dead at the start of the next round to start thinning down the battlefield? I think not. Ultimately, I want to get more efficiency out of scalding all of the enemies at the same time here. So, that'll do. So that's the ability to scald each of them once. 1 more mana would give me the ability to scald them again. There we go. I think I'm still losing Caldera no matter what I do here. Cultist, I really need you to generate mana. Did that cultist, like, literally refuse to generate much mana at all the entire time? Did I not watch them closely enough? Did I not instruct them? Clearly. There we go. I mean, we can also just do 1 to instantly kill the Pseudol on the top. And then 2 and 1 spike. I mean, that keeps the Vampire alive at cost of the Caldera. I guess the Corpse doesn't need to die this round. So that would be just... hang on. Damage everyone on the enemy party, then again. Then 1 there and heal Caldera? Yeah, that's not going to do it either. Okay, so then what we are in instead is a turn more like this. where we slow play it just a little bit more so that I don't have to lose either the vampire or the caldera. That should actually, in fact, already have the setup for the kills. 1, 2, and 3. Juggler versus mycology. I don't really want the mycologist. They're not good at the things I want them to be good at. I'm tempted here to take the Juggler in order to try and set up for free with these cantrips. Damage against enemies to then set up for the ability to scald them, and for that reason I'm going to be taking the Juggler. You can have 1 4 damage cantrip, or you can have more cantrips. Oh, you'll settle for this? That's fine. That makes sense to me. Sure, the Juggler, you may also have the extra max HP there. Actually, that probably should have gone to one of the cultists, to be real. Caldera, it's very unlikely that you're going to be capable of doing cruel damage to the Fanatic on the top line there this round. Oh, really unfortunate that cultist rolls such great mana generation here. I almost feel like the vampire needs to continue rolling for the possibility of then healing the cultists in a significant way. I'm not going to get them to do it, to be clear. But I will lament having not done it. Legitimately, I'm probably going to let the cultist die in this action. Poison the bell. Let's start working on the Fanatic a wee bit. So, if I really wanted to, I could just heavy defend the cultist with 6 mana and keep them alive. I'm also going to use a cut on the Juggler, just for some very efficient damage there. 1, 2, 3. Fine, I will keep the cultist alive. Just because it's not really that hard to do here. So definitely the Fanatic needs to go down this turn. No doubts about that. We'll have the Vampire heavy heal the cultists for a full value heal. Love to see those. So I'm also going to get the cultists to even get more value out of self-healing with their own single-use side now, taking out the Fanatic. And then everyone except for the Herbalist is missing some HP at this point. Which means this would be a really good opportunity to use Infuse. Getting 9 total HP out of it. Yep. Now it should be pretty much impossible for the bell to overwhelm me. Sure. I can take that one side and then push on everything else. Big mana generations here. Okay. Let's defend the vampire, who then self-damages in order to heal everyone and vitality them as well. 2 targets on the board that both need to be dealt some damage here, so we'll just use the Scald in order to set that up. Then a Vine to take out the Imp, and we start working on the Bell on the top line instead. 2 and 2. No, okay. 2 and 2 and 1 takes out the Bell this round. Herbalist survives. Tiara. Add self-heal to all mana/mana gain sides. This is exactly what we want on a cultist. It's also what I would really like to have on a Warlock at the very end for our 3rd stage evolution. But the middle Fiend would be lovely as well. I'm so glad to have access to Vines right now. Oh my god, it's making all of these fights just so much, infinitely more comfy than they would have otherwise been. Oof, cultist. Oof. Okay. 1 damage, and then AoE damage, and then 1 damage to this bones, and then 1 damage to this grave. There we go, got him. Caldera versus Sparky! Okay, Sparky is important, obviously, with the capability of doing a large individual chunk of damage to a target, but also having Zap. Kill an enemy with exactly 4 HP ranged. So between the two of these, we have the ability to kill targets that are, you know, about to become ethereal, as well as targets that are tough in a single action. Also worth noting, obviously, they can make the charged sides quite large in their capacity. Vampire probably wants to hold 2 max HP situations. Caldera, you do a wee bit of self-healing there then, bud. I almost want the Sparky to wield the Gambler's Ace. But I recognize as soon as I plan for the Gambler's Ace to work, it stops working. Two from the Sparky already, wow. I almost don't want the Juggler to roll again in case they accidentally hit one of the ghosts, hit the ghost and make it invulnerable here. Which, like, I can just currently exit. Oh my god. Okay, this is ridiculous. Execute that ghost immediately. 2 damage to one of the snipers. 2 damage to one of the snipers. 2 damage to one of the snipers. Scald. Round 1 kills, baby. Simplicity and Duke. Duke add Echo to the 2 right sides, so they will get the capacity of the last used dice. I mean, I do have the ability also to push over with Abacus. So I can give, you know, these 2 1-mana sides Echo if I really wanted to. Same with the Juggler, but they're mostly going to be getting their own Echoes from Cantrip already. We don't really have large individual capacity stuff. There's also Simplicity here, +1 to all basic heal, mana, damage, and shield sides. Which... I mean, mostly for Caldera, that's the ability to generate 3 mana in a single action, which is pretty cool. I think I take this. Yeah, three mana in a single action is pretty damn important. Spiker and Fnatic up against us. One of them attempting to take out our Herbalist immediately. Oh baby, you're about to taste pain. Sparky rolls a very solid side here. 7 damage from the Sparky. And the Fnatic has 13 HP. So let's zap you, burst you, and then zap you again. Take that target out quite quickly, and I'm gonna hold the rest of my resources. Probably gonna need an AoE heal in the next round, especially considering Sparky's everything. Juggler, you die actually if I allow you to continue rolling here, so mindfully, I'm not going to. Let's... Oh, hang on. I actually could heal the party here. I had a whole plan for how I was going to deal with this fight in a longer circumstance, but we do just have the ability to kill the enemy, so I'm gonna, you know, do that. Kronos and Venom. Kronos and Venom. Kronos does have the ability to weaken enemy and cleave, which I think is very, very important to have some access to here. Also has dodge all enemy effect and attacks. Again, very important to have access to, especially here on the bottom. After we're going up against Hexia in the end fight, we're going to want the spell slow so that we can prevent them from summoning demons especially. But also, having someone dodging on the bottom side, so having Kronos already set up to dodge, means I can dodge all of the outcomes of mana burn, because all of them will be hitting a target who is already dodging. I think for that reason, I have to take Kronos, as much as I do want Venom here for the boss kills. Let's give Sparky our 2 benefits prior. Up against a bunch of bones and a rotten. Sparky, do I really want your charged side right now? No, I want your mana, I think. Mana, roll. 2 damage from the vampire is completely fine, though. 2 damage from the juggler. I mean, I prefer you roll another instance of damage first. Yeah, like that. Because then 2 damage to that target, and then 1 damage to this bones takes out 2 bones on the top line. I really want to use slow here to prevent the summon of this imp. So I will. Just considering debating there for a wee while the correct play around there, but no. Just commit to that action. It's more than good enough. Vampire generates mana, good to see. A bit more generation, a couple other characters, and ooh, the ability even to repeat. So another 1 damage AoE here takes out the 2 targets on the bottom, as well as completely neuters the Rotten for this round. Make sure that I don't waste any of my mana there. I mean, yeah, I could use a Vine instead of Burst. I don't consider it a waste, noting that I'm going to be doing basically just damage to this enemy until they are dead now. That's fine for generating mana. Mana, more mana. Hit and dead, and Hourglass. On turn 1, +1 to all sides. I really like the idea of putting that on the juggler, just giving them +1 to all sides on turn 1. The ability to very easily kill a lot of enemies, or set up great damage against a lot of enemies. Get a Mugler. So I just want to generate as much mana as possible on this turn, noting that the slates are going to be very easy to kill with vines. I feel like that could have gone better and worse. Well, actually, they're more mana efficient not to kill with vines in this instance if I use Zap. And then set up the snake to run away. Dancer and Sorcerer! Yes, that's access to Miasma, the spell for Poison Cleave, giving us the ability not only to do more damage in Cleave, something I've already really been appreciating a lot. Wow, actually, the Dancer is also a pretty good upgrade here. But the Sorcerer giving us... Oh, the Sorcerer can also hold the Hourglass! Oh, that's the play, that's the play. No one needs simplicity at this point. I guess the Vampire still benefits from it. So does the Herbalist, actually. Let's give it to the Herbalist. Let's give the self-heal to the Kronos on the bottom side, and then the +1 to the Sorcerer. We're going to be generating more mana instead. Great. But the Poison Cleave in particular is very important for giving us a little bit of inevitability in some fights. Just eventually guaranteeing, yeah, the enemy is probably going to die soon. Oh, hell yes. This is working so well. 15 mana on this turn, don't mind if I do. Let's start. So I need to spread some damage here, so let's set up a Miasma. I'm gonna set up a second one before I then go for the... Don't have access to Scald anymore, of course. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Well, I'm just gonna continue using Miasma then. There goes the Sniper. Do a wee bit of damage to you on the... Actually, hang on, I don't even need to do that. If I go Miasma and Miasma again... Actually, we can't save the Sorcerer like that. The idea, at least in my mind, was that we would be set up to take out one of the bandits and set up the Cyclops to its own stun in the next round, and we have some version of that working in front of us. I'm not really going to quibble with the end of the turn and how we got here. 2, another 2, another 1, another poison, goodbye Cyclops. Troll's Blood. Regenerate 2 HP at the end of every round, or Conduit. Replace the middle side with +2 mana duplicate. We would need to combo some other big item with this for this to really take off. So I almost want to take the random 6 or 8. +2 to incoming shields? Yeah, I mean, I put that on the juggler, I guess. Seems fine. Oh no! All the coags are cracking this turn. Wait, if I can just... Oh... If I can just, slow all of them, they'll all die without summoning anything. Slow and slow. Slow and extremely steady wins the race, yeah? Yeah, they'll just all die without doing anything, I mean... No real reason for me to interfere on anyone's behalf. So glad I took the weaken here. Okay. Great mana on the herbalist. Yeah, oh, I also don't have access to Zap anymore. I keep thinking I have access to all of the spells that I've seen the entire run through. That is not the case. The outcome is kind of indistinct from if that were the case, though. Shaman and Doctor here shown off. Wee bit more AoE damage being offered again here by the Doctor. Also poison. Liquor, the ability to heal someone by 20 as well as cleanse them at the same time. Pretty fine. Pretty expensive, to be fair. Shaman is offering the ability to give a little bit of shielding, a little bit of growth, a little bit of heal vitality as well. Also, the ritual for heal 2 and cleanse and cleave is pretty impactful. We otherwise don't have much access to cleanse. Yeah, we're gonna have to take the Shaman. Unfortunately, that means the herbalist is also a little adrift of using this item. Vampire! You have earned the item again. We're in a long match here. Do I want the sorcerer? Yeah, I want the sorcerer to wield the hourglass more in the first round here. Getting some mana out of the Shaman might be one of the best things they are capable of this round. Could have gone better, could have gone worse there at the end. A poison AoE. Actually, am I just losing Juggler right now? Is that really the plan? Tarantas are just intending to kill them directly. If I just took 1 off the board. Okay? Because I shield for 3 in a single action on the jugglers there. Starting to set up some poison at this point still would be pretty good. Plus it takes out one of the spiders, preventing some incoming damage against the Shaman on the top line. We don't need to heal by 10 at this point. Especially because it only heals by 4. Kronos, you can continue to reroll right now, I think. There you go. You don't need to be defended this round, though, so push 1 more time. And 1 more time again. So Tarantus is currently planning on summoning 2 spiders this round. I can completely prevent that with the double slow. And I'm also just going to roll a poison on them. It's a very expensive poison, but also exceptionally useful. Give more max HP with the Kronos. Guess we could. Don't need to, though. Some extra damage out of the vampire. Always nice to see. We'll take the damage there as well. Sorcerer, you just continue to reroll. Yeah. Basically the same as if I hadn't re-rolled at all there. So noting that the Shaman is going to be dying here, I'll use their ability before we move on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was no way to save the Shaman in that round, of course. So we just deal with what we otherwise have access to. Enhance 1. Replace the top side with Shield 1. Single-use perma boost. I do really like the idea of giving that to someone. I almost like the idea of giving it to, not the sorcerer, but to someone else, and then them having the hourglass, like the juggler having it, and having the hourglass, and then possibly being able to use the enhance on sorcerer in round 1 for 2 extra pump. 1 crown to replace all sides with single-use mana size, retaining their original vitality. I wonder what makes this so bad. Like, this has to be comboed with something else to become powerful, right? Because otherwise they're single-use mana size retaining their original value. Actually, hang on, no. It's retaining their original value in keywords, right? So, all, like, heal 10 single-use mana side. That's what this is. It's the ability to treat your character as just a battery. Actually, that's pretty cool. Wow, I wonder if I take it on the Shaman. Sure. Why have any non-wizard classes? Oh boy. Whole mess of wisps on this field. Don't really care about that 3 in growth side. That'll do. 5 heal for the Shaman on the top line. They are about to be kind of heavily targeted. Yeah, get in there and help him, Vampire. Okay, 20 mana here on turn 1. If only I had Infinity. Infinity. The Infinite? The Assassinate? I can't remember the name of the spell. It's just, it kills an enemy for immediately 10. Just be able to do that here for the Basilisk. Defend up the Shaman a wee bit. Okay. I'm gonna cast Miasma 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, taking up the 2 wisps on the bottom line. And then I'm gonna do 2 miasmas to the top line. Yeah, get one of the wisps to die in the next round. The whiz in the back line doesn't heal anyone, so this should set up for a exceptionally easy kill against basically all of them this round. In fact, I don't even think I need to continue rolling. Is 8 enough here? 1, 2, that's enough. Sharp Shot and Prophet. Prophet with the ability to give 1 regen to all allies? Yeah, that's the health support we're looking for. Sharp Shot with the range damage, also pretty good, but I think we want the Prophet here, really. Does anyone get literally any benefit out of Simplicity at this point? Actually, the Shaman can get 1 stat out of it, and then we can turn that stat into a mana. 2 mana, mana gain. I love that you can actually have mana and mana gain in the same thing there. I wonder if I am getting 4 mana when I use that. I assume so. Okay. Jinx MD is first. Oh, mana debt. Okay, the first spell you cast each fight costs +1 mana. That's fine. Somehow I feel like I'm going to be capable of footing the bill. Alright. Now, what do we do from here? 15. So... well, ideally, I would like Core to start dying in the next round, which is currently looking pretty difficult to actually achieve. Throw a slow there. Prevent the demon from summoning an imp. Then I almost want to just run 3 miasma. 1, 2, 3. I'll have Jinx die this round as well. Setting up just the demon to be the middle of these cleave targets for us. Those two might be the best mana generation that those characters roll this round, and I do not want to risk it. AoE, direct, and slam. Iron Crown, literally not capable for anyone to utilize here. Triple Shuriken adds ranged and chain to all sides. So for the juggler, you would be able to... oh, wait. Wait, hang on. Times 2 if it shares a keyword with the previously used dice this turn. So they will share cantrip. Okay, no, we're taking the Triple Shuriken, obviously. Putting that on the Sorcerer. So times 2 if it shares an effect with the previously used keyword. So if any of the other cantrips roll, these are going to be 4 mana on turn 1 each. Uh-huh. A little like that. Almost exactly like that if you think about it, actually. It is hilarious how little they actually managed to accomplish after all of that, though. Oh, wow. Yikes. I can slow 1 batch? I mean, slowing that batch is a lot of HP for our party. The only problem is the Prophet doesn't really stay alive. I'm very disheartened by how that turn went, frankly. I thought, no way we're gonna hit just the 2. I mean, this isn't the worst one. I guess the growth ones are the worst ones. I probably should have just settled for that. Juggler, you were fine to continue rolling. Sorcerer, you really betrayed me. Generated basically no mana, no rerolls. Prophet, eh. Kronos. Wow, it was tough. This fight's not getting very quickly easier as well. We just lost the Prophet. So our AoE healing is not incredible. Could be better. The Sorcerer literally is not rolling anything except for blanks at this point. Thank you for proving me wrong, I guess. I'm terrified. Kronos, that's good mana. Thank you for the rerolls. Thank you for the rerolls. As long as you continue to do stuff with them, more than happy about that. Okay. Well, they should be a little bit easier. Let's start weakening folk. Also gonna have to AoE heal my own party. Keep weakening some enemies. Actually, ultimately, I don't really want to weaken the Fanatics. Because every time I weaken them, they also do 1 less damage to themselves in the upcoming round. So really, I just want to be slowing these middle folk. Then I don't even actually need to go with the heal. Can get some poison out there. Okay, another mana generation round here, please. All the enemies are very much languishing. Kronos, I almost want to be realistic and let you take that side. Same with the Shaman. I'm kind of shell-shocked by earlier on in this fight. I think that's probably making me play on aggregate here worse, but safer. Double miasma, and there goes the Fanatic. Okay, it is Hexia. It is Hexia. So thankfully we do have Kronos on the bottom line. We also have the Tiara. I'm also going to give them the Leather Vest to give them 1 more max HP. Fencer and Sharpshot. Fencer would have the ability to dodge, whereas Sharpshot has the ability to take out the imps and directly target Hexia without being too worried. Also, ranged Copycat, the Copycat being another cantrip. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Sorcerer Prophet, Kronos, Shaman. Yeah, I think pretty much everyone has the right stuff in the right spots here, unless I want the Shaman not to have single-use sides. I could actually see their heal being more important here than otherwise. And the ability to generate a ridiculous amount of mana can let me down if we don't have the ability to keep Kronos alive at all. Kronos, I would really like you to dodge this round if possible. Sharpshot, that's an execution for character. You take that. Shaman, that's the ability to keep someone alive this round as well. You take that. Good mana. Kronos does get their dodge. Great. I almost don't want to roll just in case the sorcerer does not hit one of their mana sides. But if they hit anything except for the worst third of results here is way better for me. Like, ridiculously better for me. If we hit reroll, we just reroll 4 more times. Blank. I wonder if I should start with Soothe. Try and get regen set up very early on. I'm gonna try and reduce some of the incoming damage as well as deal 1 damage to everyone in the field with the slow there. Really wanted that to be the big dramatic impact turn right there. Don't feel like it really lived up to that though. Did get an extra reroll there, interesting. I'll push 1 more time then. And again, wow, this is now absurdly lucky. Definitely take those. Okay. I can get the Sharp Shot to eliminate 2 targets on the field instantly. Pretty great there. If I use Soothe, then a Ritual, and then heal the Kronos on the bottom line via the Prophet, now that they're not doing self-damage on Inflict, then I can run another Soothe, and we can have 2 Soothes out. Prophet is still going to have 2 of their sides petrified here, unfortunately. But now all of my party is recovering 2 health a turn. Prophet, you can save yourself with that spell right now. And in fact, if Shaman uses the defense, we can save Kronos as well, even if they don't have the ability to self-dodge. They do get the ability to self-dodge, though, which means that the Prophet still wants that side, but maybe the Shaman doesn't want theirs. Shaman, yeah, she'll 3 damage to the enemy as well as grow that side. Seems good to me. Okay. So I really want to just continue poisoning Hexia. When I say continue, obviously, I guess I mean begin. Begin you. Can also roll out another Soothe here. Have 3 AoE healing. The Kronos will be on full HP next round as a result of that. Same with the Shaman. We are kind of slow playing here a little, but we have the ability to. And things are only getting easier for us every round that we decide to slow play. Give someone else the ability to repeat an action. Doesn't really matter too much right now, unfortunately. Prophet generating some mana this turn, despite losing a little bit of HP. That's kind of cool. Everyone else pushes. We have 11 mana to play with this turn. Unfortunately, Kronos is... Actually, hang on, Kronos, you can be better defended later in this round. Let's cast spells before we worry about what we're doing otherwise. Hexia, I can prevent you from summoning that demon this round and absolutely should. There you go, no demon for you. Then I only really have the ability to use Miasma once here if I wanted to. Because otherwise Kronos will die. Okay. We'll end at that round then. The poison damage is the main damage I'm doing to Hexia at this point, so we should probably take it wherever it's really offered. Good dodge, Kronos. Gives us the ability to do a wee bit of spell stuff this round. Let's also give some more max HP to Kronos so they have more space to work with stuff like that in the future. Weaken him up. Damage him just because we can get away with it right now. This is a very, very clean run. Extremely pleased with my group of 2 healers, 2 magicians, and 1 ne'er-do-well. 1 sharp shot. I think we can just continue pushing for a while here. And my god, can we? Sorcerer, really bringing it back here. Making up for some of the earlier missteps, I think, that the Sorcerer knows they contributed towards. There goes Hexia. This first round Sorcerer pump, but also this party of maximum mana, was a pretty damn good time. Very glad to have gotten back to Custom Party. That said, in the next episode, we are going to be returning to Blast. In doing so, we are going to be returning to another series of videos that will be related, the first of which being the next episode where we start this Blast run. Until then, though, let me just say that my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slice and Dice, series playlist is dumped in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, streaming pass, and the names of people who are generally supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays, at or above the thank tier. Special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we see you all next time.